Here comes everybody. Hello, gang. Nice to see you today. Hello, welcome to today's daily antidote of song. It is Tuesday, September 10. I am here at Annie Patterson's house in Amherst, Massachusetts. Can't wait to have another one of our beautiful Sirius XM Radio, The Village ukulele days here. I am on a road trip all week. We'll come in from different folks' house every day with that magical ukulele by my side. And let's say hello to everybody out there on both live streams. Hello to Facebook and hello to YouTube. We're very glad to see you all today. And hello, of course, to Annie Patterson, who's here in this room with us and in the room with me. And we will get back to Annie in just a second. We're super excited to sing with Annie today. Hello to Dorian Ollie in Rhode Island. Hi to Becky in Vancouver. Deborah in Kentucky. Kevin in DC, reminding me that today is 1619. That is 1,619 days of the daily antidote of song. That's consecutive days of singing. We are all so lucky to have been part of this fun journey and to still be part of it. Susan in Cincinnati, nice to see you. Sheila in Florida. Pauline in Newcastle, UK, maybe with William in the background. Hoda in British Columbia. Athena in Brooklyn. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Arlene in California. Ruth and Clive in Birmingham. Kevin Ennis, and it looks like Nico coming in from New Hampshire. I see two people that I love over there. That's very exciting. That's my son Nico, and he's working with Kevin these days. Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Bob in Albany. Luda in Victoria, British Columbia. Jim in Maryland, Storm in Massachusetts, Anne in Silver Spring, Mabel and some bears in Massachusetts, Anne in Pittsburgh, Aloysius in Mass, Carolyn in Idaho, who is showing me that it is in fact 1,619 days of the daily antidote of song, Caroline in DC, Ruth and Clive in Birmingham, UK, Nancy in Washington State, Annette in California, Susan in Seattle, Bonnie in Boise, Idaho, haven't seen you in a while, welcome back. Adele in Maryland, Susan in Tacoma Park, Loriana Kachina and Courtney in Vermont, Kat in Vermont, Elizabeth in California, and let's see who else we have. Fred in Maryland, Gary in Mass, Bob in Mass, Mommy in New Jersey, Nancy in Vermont, and Anne in Knoxville, Tennessee. Let's all take a deep breath. So we are super excited. This has been a lot of fun, this road trip where we're your ukulele that was donated to us by Sirius XM Radio, The Village, and Mary Sue Tui. So can we please all first give a big round of applause to Mary Sue Tui. She has made this incredible fundraising opportunity. We're getting this uke played by a lot of people and touched by a lot of people, and then we're getting some more ukuleles signed, and it's a blast. And we also want to thank Carpe Diem Arts for keeping this daily antidote going on and on and on. So thank you, Carpe Diem. And let's see, I think before I introduce Annie, I am going to say that Annie does not play the ukulele, but she was futzing around with this guy, and this guy actually has now been the incentive. Annie is thinking maybe she wants to get and learn a ukulele. So how do you like that? Hey, if you're looking for a ukulele, as a matter of fact. So thank you, everybody, so much, and thank you, Annie. Annie, super glad to see you today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to be here. Can people see me okay? I'm just trying to figure out where I am on here. Oh, good. Yay. Yay. Wow, it's really good to be here. It's wonderful to have you in my home.
So
I
nice.
can't believe this traveling woman over here. I mean, what? You have been all over.
I have been
Oh, here.
getting all over. I am on my way being all over.
It's crazy.
It's pretty fun.
That's very cool. Yeah, so welcome everybody. So glad to be here.
Thanks, Annie. So I think you might have a song for us today. It's actually by somebody else who we love a lot. Can you tell us what you're going to sing?
Yeah, my dear friend Sally Rogers. We love her. Shout out to Sally. She's somebody who just inspires us, and just everything she does is got integrity, and boy, her songwriting is phenomenal. And the thing about Sally, like so many of our favorite songwriters here on the Daily Antidote, she knows community. And so when she writes a song, it just is really fun to sing. So
that's great. Yeah, we Sally is definitely a community builder, and we are so excited to hear your song today. Annie, do you want to go ahead and maybe sing the chorus through once so we have it? Okay.
Yeah. I think people might be somewhat familiar with this song, and if you're not, you're going to learn a new one that's kind of fun. It's called Plant Me a Garden. And it's an echo song. So I sing, let's see. Gonna plant me a garden. And everybody goes, gonna plant me a garden. With a little delay, because it's Zoom. And then I go, gonna make it grow. And you guys go, gonna make it grow. And then the song goes like this. Gonna water it well. And I echo again, gonna water it well. Gonna weed and hoe, weed and hoe. And here's where it goes up high. This is for all of the tenors and the sopranos. Gonna plant me a garden. Gonna plant me a garden 'neath the sun above. The seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. I'll sing that a couple times here, and you guys just echo it. Or sing with me. Gonna plant me a garden. Gonna make it grow. Gonna water it well. Gonna weed and hoe. Gonna plant me a garden 'neath the sun above. Whoops, sorry. And the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. Gonna plant me a garden. Gonna make it grow. Gonna water it well. Gonna weed and hoe. Gonna plant me a garden 'neath the sun above. And the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. Ah. So it's so easy. So, because we're on Zoom, you can sing with me. You can echo me. If there's two of you together, you can do the two parts, whatever you want. I love this song because I've sung it with families and kids and grown-ups, and it's really fun to play around with it. That's what I love about Sally's songs, is that you can always kind of make it your own a little bit. She has that special way of writing where her songs allow you to do that. So
beautiful. I think we are ready. Is everybody feeling pretty ready out there?
And the banjo's not too loud?
Banjo sounds good to me. Sound
Okay, good.
Guys?
You know those old sayings about banjos. Okay, so here we go. Ready? Gonna plant me a garden. Gonna make it grow. Gonna water it well. Gonna weed and hoe. Gonna plant me a garden 'neath the sun above. And the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. Gonna plant 'em in the yard for my friends to see. Gonna plant 'em for you. Gonna plant 'em for me. With a little bit of care, they'll grow to be flowering rainbows across the sea. And when they've grown from shore to shore, our sisters and brothers all around the world will harvest fruit brought by the dove. And in those fruits are the seeds of love. Gonna plant me a garden. Gonna make it grow. Gonna water it well. Gonna weed and hoe. Gonna plant me a garden 'neath the sun above. And the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. Gonna plant me some seeds. Those seeds of love. Gonna go out back, plant those seeds. Gonna pick 'em up, gonna spread 'em around. Gonna learn this song and sing it too. It's a song for me, it's a song for you. And if you're a kid, you love to sing it. And you ask for it always when you're in the car. And your parents get sick of it, but you keep on singing it. 'Cause it's a song of love, the seeds of love. Gonna plant me a garden with the seeds of love. Woohoo!
Annie Patterson, that
Yes.
was some pretty good stuff you threw in there in the end.
Yeah.
Sounds like that actually might be part of a story of your life. Do you want to mention anything about that?
Well, you know what? Okay. Those of us who've had kids in our lives, whether they're our own or not, and you've been on a trip, these days, there's these devices, these things. You say, okay, you can have some time on the phone or whatever. And, like many of us that are a little older, when I was growing up, we didn't have those. So we sang in the car. And we sang a lot. And I don't know how my mom put up with it because we sang the same songs. Really, we sang the same songs over and over again. One of them was this song, drifting with the current down a moonlit stream, while above the heavens in their glory gleam. Beautiful Ohio, in dreams again I'll see visions of what used to be. And then there was a counter melody, and my dear mom would just constantly go, yeah, you want to sing Beautiful Ohio? No problem. What was the other one we do? Oh, you can't get to heaven. Na, 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 na. They'll roll right by those pearly gates. So all the fun songs that you get completely sick of. But the nice thing about having a little bit at the end there to make fun of the parents is if there's any kids, they love it. It empowers them. They want you to make fun of the older people. They want it so bad. They've been waiting for that moment, that day, when someone would walk in and sing a song that would make fun of their parents.
So perfect. I love it.
Thanks for holding up the rise of singing. Appreciate it so much, Carolyn. I think I've led singing all around the country for a long time, and every once in a while you have that moment where you're singing a song and you're inviting the kids to basically interact. And we used to do a song, Mama Don't Allow, Mama Don't Allow no guitar playing around here. And I know we've told this story, so folks who are familiar with us have heard it before, but it's worth repeating. So one time we were out in, I think, Ohio, and it was a full packed room of people who loved to sing, and we were singing, Mama Don't Allow, and putting in all kinds of things and asking for audience participation. And people were saying, Mama Don't Allow no gum chewing, Mama Don't Allow no jumping on the bed. And then this little tiny 3-year-old girl in the back, way in the back, she raised her hand, and we said, yes. And she said, Mama Don't Allow no naked dancing. And it was really cute. It was really funny. And no, not that we were laughing at her, but I think everyone was laughing at their own sense of, gosh, that might be kind of fun. I mean, why not? So, at any rate.
That's so great. Okay, that was so many topics. I almost don't know where to start. So, can we get some hands waving for folks who sing in the car, for folks who sung in the car with children, who folks maybe have sung, the wheels on the bus or something more times than they possibly thought was, yeah, okay, I see some hands on that one. That one gets a lot of bad rap, and it is awfully repetitive. But singing in the car is also one of the magical places where my family, sang harmonies together, and it really created like a universe that was our own. And just recently I was telling somebody that we used to sing the Sesame Street song, There's 5 People in My Family. And after my dad died, the first time that song ever popped into my head, there was this heavy recognition that the world had changed. The car singing had changed. The world had changed. There were not 5 people in my actual living family anymore. And the songs that you carry from youth, that you sing along, that you sing in community, they change over time, right? But there's a place in your heart always for those nostalgic ones that you did in fact learn and sing along with your family in the car. And Annie, I see you smiling. Do you have some harmony songs or family singing songs that you want to share?
Oh my God, we sang so many songs. The funniest thing from my family, and apologies for freezing out there for anybody who's experiencing that, but hopefully, you can circle back and watch later if you can't do it now. We used to get sung to by my dad, who was an army guy. And so our lullabies were things like over hill, over dale, we will hit the dusty trail. The caissons go marching along. What else? I've got sixpence, jolly, jolly sixpence. I've got sixpence. You know, I mean, these were like army songs, but that's what I was sung to as a lullaby.
That's awesome.
It's pretty funny when you think about it. And then 3 out of 4 of us kids all became Quaker and pacifists. So you
Wow,
never know.
That's amazing.
You can't judge. Like, I think if you're singing, the best memory I have of my dad was him holding me close and feeling the vibration.
Mhm.
And I tell people all the time, don't worry if you can sing on key or off key, but just grab that vibration. And even if you're on your own, just make sure you feel it a little bit, because it's such a powerful thing to remember. That the vibration is part of the package of what's so healing about music.
Wow,
So.
Annie, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Can everybody please give it up for Annie? It's when talking to you, we always go on these great journeys through so many different like emotions and a lot of humor, a lot of joy, and a lot of thoughtfulness. And so I appreciate everything you're sharing. So, is there stuff you'd like to tell us before we sing with you again about what you've got coming up? Because I think it's exciting.
I do. I'm going to share a link in the chat. Some people know I sing in a lot of different bands, and I also sing on my own. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm about to go be with my longtime swing band, Girls from Mars. And we do a mix of, swing music that lends itself to 3-part harmony. We have the phenomenal bass player Ralph Gordon, who played with Trapezoid for so many years and is on hundreds of albums. He's so good. And we're going to be in the Philly area, and you can just check out the website. We're going to be there starting this Thursday, getting ready. We're going to have a public performance in at Steel City Coffee and Brewery in the general Philadelphia area out there. Yeah, I'm really excited. We're going to do a house concert in Germantown with Raleigh Brown. He's a favorite, and he should be on here. I think people might be familiar with him, but he's one of the premier guitar players ever, and he does a online concert pretty much every week on Facebook. So.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, what a bunch of fun. So I think you're going to be with Dear Ella in, when is it? September 20-something do you remember the date that you're performing with, Elise is going to be there. So Elise Witt from Georgia is going to be in town, and she's going to be at a Dear Ella concert in September that I hope also to be at, so that you can see all of us together. And we should make it a Daily Antidote meetup, since there's already going to be so many of us there together.
Yeah, I can put the, if you go to our website, that I know the link's been put in there, but here, is a page just for the trio I'm in, Dear Ella with Ann Percival and Mary Witt, who is Elise's sister. And we love singing together. Between the 3 of us, we've got snare, guitar, banjo, uke, and bass.
All right, so anybody who's in the Massachusetts area, we hope that you can join for that. I think that's going to be really fun. So Annie, anything else you want to share about anything? Tonight's a big night. So, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm just always thrilled to come on here. I think this community is so special. And I know people know it. I know that they're so supportive of each other here. And I just love it. I always feel like I'm a part of this community, even when it's not happening. And, you sort of go away, and sometimes you're busy or you're traveling or whatever, and you come back and you're like, ah. So shout out to everybody here, and shout out to Joe and everyone who does the tech and everything that's helped support this, and everyone who's contributed and all of that. Because I think, we kind of count on this kind of community when things aren't going great elsewhere. And things are getting a little weird around these parts the next few months. So just hang on to this feeling, and I'm so glad that this is here. So thank you, Joe.
That's so beautiful. Annie, that you just actually made me realize like that's a thing we maybe don't say enough, but if you think about it, on the days when you don't even want to show up, just showing up sometimes can be the thing that energizes the other people in the room, getting to see your faces or your smiles. And so Annie noted that we're here even when she's not here, and we sure are, gang, aren't we? We're here, and then we're here, and then we're here some more. So Annie, thank you so much for reminding us that every one of us in this room has a reason and a cause for being here, no matter what it is we're doing in our little square, just your smile or your presence. Do you want to sing that beautiful Sally Rogers song again?
Sure, why not?
Awesome.
Plant me a garden. We'll just do another run through. Get everybody singing.
Sounds great.
And I was telling Joe I'm going to be driving to Brooklyn after this to see my grandkids. A couple of them, not all of them, but so it'll be fun to think about this song as I'm driving on that little road going south. Gonna plant me a garden, gonna make it grow, gonna water it well, gonna weed it whole, gonna plant me a garden neath the sun above, and the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. Gonna plant them in the yard for my friends to see, gonna plant it for you, gonna plant it for me. With a little bit of care, they'll grow to be flowering rainbows across the sea. And when they've grown from shore to shore, our sisters and brothers all around the world will harvest fruits brought by the dove. And in those fruits are the seeds of love. Gonna plant me a garden, gonna make it grow, gonna water it well, gonna weed it whole, gonna plant me a garden neath the sun above, and the seeds I'll plant are the seeds of love. I got some love, seeds of love, right here, right now. Seeds of love, holding packets of seeds of love, singing songs about seeds of love. Gonna spread some joy, gonna spread some love, gonna say hello, gonna love you all. You all look so good, I'm thankful for you. Seeds of love, seeds of love.
Woo! What fun. Annie Patterson, everybody. Thank you so much. So Annie Patterson and Peter Blood have both signed the ukulele already on my arrival, the Daily Antidote ukulele. And I think I'm going to hold up that other ukulele again if I can figure out where I put it. So don't forget, we're going to be auctioning off this incredible Sirius XM radio, the Village ukulele, filled with signatures. And I think we may have uncovered another 2 of the signatures. So we're doing some checking and going to be able to tell you a little bit more about who's on there besides who we already know. 20 signatures-ish still. We aren't sure who they are. So Annie Patterson, thank you so much for being with us today. Annie, as you all know, is the force behind Rise Up Singing and so much other amazing musical work in the world. Great to have you with us today, Annie. And we're going to shout out again, Sirius XM Radio, The Village, Mary Sue Tui, Carpe Diem Arts, and of course all of you for being here today. And Annie, do you want to say anything else before we slide out of the room?
Hey, just thanks everybody. This is so much fun and love seeing you all.
Thank you so much, Annie. Okay, let's say bye to everybody on the live stream. Thanks, folks, on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live for being with us today. Thanks to Dorian Ollie in Rhode Island, Deborah in Kentucky, Kevin in D.C., Susan in Cincinnati, Sheila in Florida, Pauline and William in Newcastle, UK. Everybody wave to William. Hello, William. Hoda, well, that's goodbye, William. Hoda in British Columbia, Athena in Brooklyn, New York, reminding me that today's Daily Antidote was day 1,619 consecutive days of singing. It's a pretty powerful thing. And it's always nice to know we're going to see you all again here tomorrow. Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Kevin, Ennis, and Nico coming in from New Hampshire. Great to see you guys on the same screen. Very, very nice. Kathleen in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Luda in British Columbia. Jim in Maryland, Storm in Massachusetts, Anne in Silver Spring, Laris in the UK, glad you jumped in, Annette in California, Bonnie in Boise, Carolyn in Boise, thank you for the props. Yeah, I have to say the Daily Antidote of Song, we call it the University of Daily Antidote sometime, but we need a whole separate sect for like the theater, props department, etc. that also seems to live here in this space. Arlene in Berkeley, California, also holding up a Rise Up Singing. Thank you so much. Yeah, we've got, can you go ahead and wait? I'm going to spotlight you. A little closer.
This is my theme. This is my theme for driving to Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's very, very nice. Thank you so much, Annie. Yeah, I think we need to have like theme and sticker days. Everybody's going to need to bring their favorite saying and their favorite, or your favorite New Yorker card or something. All right. So Carolyn in Boise, thank you so much. And Arlene and Clive and Ruth in Birmingham, UK. Anne in Knoxville, Tennessee. Nancy in Vermont. Caroline in DC. Cricket in Maryland. And let's see who's on my second page. Bob in Massachusetts, Fred in Maryland, Susan in Seattle, Deli in Maryland, Nancy in Washington State, Aloysius in Mass, Kat in Vermont, Gary in Mass, Mommy in New Jersey. That's the Nona to the Nico that's also on the screen. Carol in Connecticut, Curly Tops in Vermont, Mabel and Bears in Massachusetts. That's 2 bears and 1 Mabel. Linda in Concord, Mass, and Bob in Albany. Thanks so much, everybody, for being here. Can't wait to see you tomorrow on the Daily Antidote of